Alright, we're back. So yes, on to the good stuff about this movie. Once again, I said the effects were really good. It does have this subtle creepiness going through. There's one scene that I really loved early on. It kind of, once again, this isn't really like a, it's more of a slow burner, I guess you want to call it. Mask is all messed up here. There's one scene where the little boy, she has a little half-brother who's in daycare. And of course, you know, everybody is drawing these pictures, and it's like these really messed up, almost like the cover, I guess. Like it's really bloody, tentacle-looking stuff. I don't know, but they're all drawing the same picture. So when they raise their pictures up, you know, teachers like, you know, let's see what all you kids drew. It's the same fucking picture. Like every kid has it, except for the new kid there. And of course, he has like a picture. I can't remember what the hell his picture was, but it's normal. He's just like, what, you know, he's looking around, and that's a creepy fucking thing. Like I couldn't imagine being that age and having that shit go down. That's kind of messed up. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, good stuff to it. I love the screech, which I guess they kind of employed that in the '70s version as well. But they have this really, you know, messed up screech they do. Not quite as messed up as the screech you hear from The Thing when the dude's like in the snow, and I can't even try to replicate. I was gonna try. I almost tried it right there. I would have just made a jackass of myself. But yeah, you know, I think that's kind of a, you know, cool little screech right there. It's one of my favorite scenes too. Is like because the thing is, like, you can fool the pod people, which I think that's kind of a flaw too. So I'm like, how can you fool? Like, it's supposed to be like one unified race, and I just assume like they could all share the same brain wave, I guess. But apparently they don't, because like you can just, if you as long as you walk around and just look emotionless, like this, you know, they can't fucking tell. Anyways, you know, as they're trying to escape, you know, they're trying to look for Little Bird. Like Little Bird's missing right now. Well, she runs into her friend. Her friend's like, you know, kind of suspicious that maybe she's, you know, actually still human. But you know, as they walk away, she says, you know, I've seen your brother. But she keeps walking. But then she, you know, she has a falter coming. It's her Little Bird. She turns around and, you know, says like, you know, where's he at? And that's when she lets out the screech, dude. It is pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Is it as good as The Faculty? No, I ain't gonna lie. I still like The Faculty better, and The Thing for that matter. But yeah, I mean, it's still a good movie. I recommend it. Now I can't say whether or not it's as good as the first two, because I just, once again, have not seen them. I know it's not as highly regarded as the first two, so you know, who knows? Maybe it is like the weaker of the three, or four, I guess, because they just did The Invasion not long ago too with Nicole Kidman, which I'll be honest, I have no desire to see that one. I don't know. I guess that to me seems like a soulless remake. Like I don't know, it just feels like one. Like there's no real subliminal message to it. Like fuck it, it's a known brand. Just put Nicole Kidman in and throw it out there. So I don't know. I have no desire to see it. But yeah, this one, I recommend it. So yeah, check it out. There it is. Up next, oh my god, this is freaking awesome. Someone actually mentioned this. I want to say maybe I've been Andy a few weeks back talking about, you know, something about Stephen King. Must have been doing The Shining. You know, he brought this up. The Mist. Oh, dude, fucking love it. I love it. That's all there is to it. Basic premise is a father and his son are at this local grocery store after a storm, and this mist rolls in. And I want to say right now, I don't want to call it a mist. It's fog, but we already know there's been a movie called The Fog. Even though I'm pretty sure that the little book was written before the original Fog. Maybe it was. I don't know. I think it is, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. They must come out pretty close. Anyways, they call it a mist. I won't call it a fog, but whatever. You know, it rolls in, and there's creatures in it. Alright, here's the thing about this one. Now, I am a huge stickler for special effects. Not necessarily like practical ones. Like, I've seen a lot of cheesy, like, trauma fucking movies with, like, the really fake-looking blood and shit. And I'm cool with that for some reason. Like, I'm okay. Like, that's shitty, whatever. I hate bad CGI. Like I can't handle it. I really can't. This has horrible CGI in it. Oh, it's some of the worst. Like they even CGI'd the mist. I don't quite get that. Like the fog is all computer. I'm like, really? You could buy some fog machines. Could buy like 5 of them. You probably have 5 of them like in like a warehouse somewhere that, you know. But no, they CGI'd it. And I don't quite get that because it wasn't doing anything special. It was just, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, the creatures look fake as shit. However, I've always said that if the story, you know, is still great and the special effects don't take away from it, then it's all good and I won't cry over spilled milk. And this is one of those situations. I think the story is excellent. Frank Darabont, who you guys know from, well, now he's, you know, I think he's actually off the show now, which is a big disappointment to me because I've only seen season 1, but he was on season 1, you know, behind the camera on The Walking Dead. But yeah, he you know, did Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, and he did this one. I mean, clearly a Stephen King fan. But of course, with Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile, you know, that's more fantasy drama, I guess you'll say. Well, no, Shawshank Redemption is just drama, and then Green Mile had that fantasy element twisted in there. Not much horror in either one of those, except for, you know, Mel and Mel rape. That's pretty scary, I guess. But other than that, you know, no, nothing really, you know, not really nothing in the horror genre. He tackles horror in this one, and you know what? He brings that human element to it. And I think that's one thing that made The Walking Dead, you know, as good as it was. You know, the one thing about this that I really love personally. Don't get me wrong, I mean, the creatures are, you know, once you get past the bad CGI, the creatures are pretty, you know, imaginative. They're different, otherworldly, which is, you know, they're meant to be. But I love movies where human society crumbles. And then people start going primitive, turning ugly, turning against each other. I love shit like that. 28 Days Later is a good example of that. Almost any Romero zombie movie, you know, does that as well. And this one does it perfectly. And I love it. And to me, this is probably the most realistic viewing of that, because you know, in this movie they're all in this supermarket, and you got people who still just won't, like, they're just denying it just because they're scared, and they don't believe, you know, there's anything, you know, going on out there, that it's some kind of natural disaster, you know, whatever. You get the ones who know that, you know, there's some, they don't know what's going on, but they know there's some serious shit that, you know, is maybe outside their normal realm. But then you got oh, what was her name? Shit, Mrs. Carmody. Carmody? I'm gonna say Carmody. If I'm butchering it, forgive me. Anyway, she's like the local religious, you know, kook. She's almost like the mother from Carrie. Anyway, she keeps talking about how it's the end of days. You know, God's punishing them for their wickedness. And of course, you know, as bad shit goes on, you know, she starts looking more right. Like, you know, she's just like, you know, they're gonna come for us tonight. They will, you know, they're gonna take their, you know, we need a sacrifice. God wants a blood sacrifice, and He's gonna get it, you know, one way or another. And of course, when creatures show up and start killing people, it's like, well, damn, she's right. And she starts getting followers. Of course, they're not, you know, the Christians that they, you know, that everybody would love to know and love. No, they're the psycho fucking, you know, the ones that do kind of go ugly on you, and they will sacrifice you. Even though, like, you know, they say turn their cheek, these will fucking, they'll crucify your ass just, you know, for shits and gigs. And dude, I love that, because I think in real life, and I'm not gonna get preachy here or anything like that, but I think in real life though, if something like this would happen, you know, if weird creatures showed up, or fuck it, you know, if zombies started to rise up, or, you know, vampires took over, or aliens, whatever your scenario is, the first thing Christians do, and I'm not saying every Christian, I don't want to get, you know, crucified along with anybody else. I'm just saying that most of them will say, well, obviously we're being punished, you know, by God. And you can't really prove them wrong either, because it's not like, you know, God, you know, He will come down and be like, yeah, this is what I'm, no, it's like I'm up here and you're down there, so you can't prove that shit wrong. And I love that about this movie, because, I mean, literally, I mean, it looks like, I mean, if you actually, like, take it from her side, yeah, I mean, it looks like she's right. And I think that's just, you know, it's you know, kind of sad in a way. But yeah, I mean, literally, like that one, the army guy, he gets fucked over big time. And I didn't hold him responsible. I wouldn't have held him responsible in the convenience store. But, you know, the military messed up. And she's like, well, that was an abomination against God. You were, you know, toying with shit that you should not have been toying with. You were messing with God's creation, you know, whatever. And yeah, I think that, you know, that would happen now. I think if something like that would go down, you know, first thing they would say is like, well, obviously, you know, it's abortion, homosexuality, you know, people just, you know, being atheists in general, other, you know, non-believers, whatever. This is why, you know, the day of reckoning has come, or, you know, whatever they would be saying. And yeah, I mean, it shows the ugly side of humanity, and I love that. I really do. I think that's just, it's brilliant. I love seeing that shit fall apart. It's good stuff. Now, I won't, this is a new one. This is newer. This is 2007, so I won't give away the ending. The ending is fucking insane. I'm not going to lie to you. I've read the book, or the short story. It's in the Skeleton Crew book, for anybody who wants to actually read it. Good book. The movie's better. I'm telling you right now, the movie is better. But the endings are so fucking different. And when I'm watching this, I mean, it stays pretty close to the book. And when the ending comes, you're like, holy shit, what the... Yeah, and dude, it's crazy. Talk about the creatures for a second. Dude, my favorite creature, and he's only in it for a second, but there's this giant creature. He looks like a crazy woolly mammoth, which is like weird. Like it's weird because he's in the fog, and it's just you can't quite make him out, but you can see that this thing is fucking huge. Like this is like a Godzilla type creature, but he's like he's just like a woolly mammoth. I can't do it justice. But it's nuts. I mean, it's so out there, you know. And of course, you know, most of them, like, you know, got these giant bug things, which, yeah, they look kind of weird, but that's what they are. They're giant bugs. The tentacles, don't get me wrong, I don't fuck with tentacles at all. Like, if there's any creature, like, if octopuses could get up on land, dude, I'd have the newest, like, you know, I'd be scared shitless of octopuses. And not because I don't think they'd hurt me, but it's like, you know, the tentacles creep me out a little bit. But yeah, once again, you know, you've seen tentacles before. The flying bird creature things, like pterodactyls, you know, you've seen them, spiders, whatever. But this thing was just like, it was nuts looking. Like, it was just literally crazy. Now I'm just, I don't know, that thing kind of blew me away. Daraboni's directing, I think, was incredible on this too. He had his way of making it look like almost like it was. I mean, if you've seen Green Mile and Shawshank, he's got very he's a good pace, and he doesn't get too fancy with the camera. Like, it almost is a lot of static shots in a way. Where, I mean, during like the drama, and when he's, you know, when there's action scene or whatever, he goes with it. But, you know, for the most part, when it's conversation, I mean, it's just kind of like boom, cameras here, back and forth. You know, with this one, it has more of a documentary feel, and I love that. I mean, it's almost like you're down there in the action with him, and just the way he does certain, you know, and I didn't look it up, but I'm sure that, you know, it was just a guy with the camera, and he's just, you know, almost like he's documenting everything that's happening. I thought that was just kind of, that was brilliant. So yes, acting's good all around. And in fact, you know, for you Walking Dead fans, you'll notice there's a few people in this that's also on the Walking Dead series. So yeah, definitely highly recommend this one. Like, I recommend this one too. I recommend this one more. So watch them both, but, you know, if you can only somehow fit one in your schedule, make it the miss. Yeah, damn good. Definitely, I haven't done like a top 10. I'm just going to go ahead and say, if I did top 10 Stephen King, you know, movies, it's definitely in there. It definitely is. I wouldn't have to think about it. So yeah, there it is. So yeah, I think we're done here. So once again, guys, yeah, you know, keep giving me support. You know, get me more subscriptions. You know, hook me up. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll just catch you guys later. All right, we're out.